Hello and welcome to our webinar, RTD Tango QUANT, Trading Solution for Complex Quantitative Challenges. We thank you for participating today. As we get started, we'd like to encourage all of our participants to ask questions through the discussion using the chat feature, which should be at the bottom of your menu bar. You can just type your question into this chat window and click send, and we will answer as many questions as we can after the presentation. Any unanswered questions that you have can also be shared with our speaker via email after the webinar. We will share his contact information with you. You can also use this chat feature to communicate with us if you have any problems during the webinar so we can try to fix it for your sound or picture. I will now pass the conversation over to our speaker, Joe Glennie Thomas, Team Lead of Solutions Management with RTS Real-Time Systems.
Thank you, Sarah. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the RTS webinar on our technical analysis solution, RTD Tango QUANT. To start off, let me first give you a brief explanation of our understanding of technical analysis. What is technical analysis? How do you trade using it? What are the so-called varieties of trading? Technical analysis, in a nutshell, is the discipline used for forecasting the direction of prices through the study of past market data, primarily prices and volume. I think it's a very good summary of technical analysis. In a bit more detail, it is the study of historical prices and volumes of any security in order to understand patterns of market movement and predict which direction it will go based on the current market condition. It is based on the understanding that all information related to any security is transferred to its price, be it a bad monsoon, a bad economy, bad management, any of it. Prices can be considered a distilled form of all information related to any security. There are other forms of trading, high-frequency trading being one, where you want to profit from market inefficiencies. RTS's solution, RTD Tango, provides a very good platform for people interested in it. While the other is fundamental analysis, where you're looking at economic or fundamental conditions to predict the market. With high-frequency trading, or algorithmic trading, as it is called, you need to be incredibly fast, and with machines handling most of the trading today, it is a matter of having a very fast and expensive hardware setup. Even in such cases, the profitability in each trade is quite small, since the trader doesn't hold positions in the market for too long. And it also needs constant inputs from the trader. To contrast this with technical analysis, there is a need to spend a lot of time and intellect in the analysis of historical information, to be able to study data and find patterns, to validate them properly for different cases. It needs a lot of experience, but with anything that involves research, it is very important to have the right tools also. Traders here usually hold positions for longer duration, which could be a few hours or days, weeks or even months, whatever their strategy thinks. Technical analysis is very time consuming with a lot of repetitive work that can be automated. Today, computing power is very cheap, and the way out to reduce time spent in technical analysis is through the use of the best software available. Software that takes care of the repetitive work, which allows the analyst to test new ideas in the shortest time, which provides a plethora of methods to analyze outputs, and most importantly, allows you to trade with your own ideas. This is where RTS's solution, RTD Tango QUANT, comes into the picture. In the next 45 minutes, I will take you through a presentation and demo of Tango QUANT and explain how it becomes the single platform which can be the answer to all the challenges that technical analysts like you face daily. But before moving ahead with the presentation of Tango QUANT, let me also take this opportunity to introduce my audience to RTS. RTS delivers high-performance trading solutions and services across asset classes to elite financial institutions worldwide. We are one of the world's top providers of low-latency, high-frequency, robust algorithmic trading solutions. RTS was started 20 years ago at the dawn of electronic trading in Europe. And over the years, we have grown to have clients worldwide, from the USA to Australia. We have offices in locations like Chicago, London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Shanghai, Frankfurt, Sydney, apart from the one in Mumbai and Pune. We provide hosting services along with standardized low latency connectivity to 135 plus exchange globally. Our 10 data centers provide proximity hosting too. This means that with any RTS solution, you are ready to trade in any exchange venue that you need. You can also leverage our hosting solutions and global connectivity to execute your planned setup or expand existing ones. Our suite of products include solutions for click trading, risk management, API connectivity, as well as RTD Tango for our algorithmic trading and RTD Tango QUANT for technical trading. Moving on to RTD Tango QUANT. In one sentence, I would say that it's a platform which allows you to design, optimize, analyze, and execute fully automated strategies based on technical analysis. We have worked with industry experts, technical analysts, traders to find out what they expect from a product like Tango QUANT. We have been able to find out what they expect and get solutions to their complex requirements, which makes it very attractive to any user. It helps you put abstract ideas into concrete strategies, which can be optimized and taken to market in a very short time. It provides a single solution which you can use from start to finish, from the creation of strategies to using them for executing orders. It helps you manage your strategies and provides a very flexible and scalable platform which allows you to focus on your strengths while letting the computer take care of the repetitive work which it can do very fast. It brings to the client a product born out of RTS's vast experience in this domain and is able to leverage our other offerings which include connectivity to numerous exchanges. Let us move into a bit more detail regarding the 4 stages that we talked of earlier: design, optimize, analyze, execute. So how do these stages work together? How do they constitute a life cycle? You always start with a thought, an idea, and use that as a basis to design a strategy. You would then select the required range of historical data and also set the range of optimization for the parameters. This would be followed by the selection of optimization strategy which suits you best. After an optimization run, it would be analyzed to find out what the results are, which help to select the best parameters for the strategy. It isn't always the case that only a single optimization is enough. This could be followed by another optimization after the tweaking of parameters or changing data to what needs to be done. Once the analyst is sure about the strategy and the correct values for the parameters are selected, these would be used to execute the strategy, which would then send orders to the market in a fully automated manner. It is also possible to work on different stages for different strategies simultaneously, which again helps the user to be more efficient. For each of these stages, Tango QUANT has specialized tools, which makes it easier for the user. It helps to speed up the effort by automating as much as possible and providing a rich set of output in the form of tables and graphs. The result is better control, better productivity, which translates to shorter time required from starting with an idea to reaching the goal of trading profitably. Let's now take a closer look at Tango Quant from the design perspective. A strategy in Tango Quant is modular and comprises of components like signals, filters, position sizers, and consolidators. Each of these elements can be custom built using our expression editor, which allows for very fast development. Let's take a quick look at each of these elements, starting with signals. Signals are the decision maker for when to enter into or exit from the market. The filters, they provide additional control over whether to allow the decision taken by the signal to be sent to the exchange. Position sizers have the responsibility of setting the quantity of the final order. The filter consolidator consolidates the output of different filters. In short, it acts as a kind of referee. The same is applicable to the signal consolidators, which consolidates the output of different signals. I will explain in detail about these elements during the demo. So why have these different elements? Why split a strategy into parts instead of having everything together? Since they are various elements to a strategy, these are reusable, which means that they can be combined in multiple ways to create new strategies. Create once, use many times. This high level of flexibility saves a lot of coding or development, which in turn saves time and reduces the life cycle of the strategies. Tango Quant works on the powerful concept of market actions, which gives a context to any buy and sell decisions. There are 8 market actions, 4 for buy: enter long, increase long, decrease short, and exit short, and 4 for sell: enter short, increase short, decrease long, and exit long. It's not only about what you're doing, but when you're doing it. So an enter long is different from an increase long, because when you enter long, you would have no positions, but when you're increasing long, you would have some already existing long positions. So you can create your elements like signals, filters, position sizers to behave differently for each market action. For example, you can have a specific logic for entering into a new position and another different logic for increasing positions. The other concept that we have in Tango Quant is the relationship manager. With the relationship manager, we can further control how the elements connect to each other. The relationship manager not only connects the different elements, but it also allows specific market actions to be connected for these elements. So it's not just about which elements and how many of them are present, but also how these elements are connected to each other. This allows another level of combination, and these can be changed very easily and quickly. In the near future, we will add portfolio management to Tango Quant. With this feature, the users will be able to create their own trading portfolios consisting of multiple strategies. This will allow analysts to have a look at statistics and manage the profit loss of the entire portfolio together. Next, we move to optimization. Backtesting and optimization form the core of any technical analysis software, and in Tango Quant, we have put a lot of efforts to make this attractive to the user. Tango Quant has a powerful optimization engine with multiple optimization techniques like brute force and genetic algorithm, which uses artificial intelligence. This means that we can use an exhaustive search like brute force, which is very time consuming, or a smarter optimization like genetic algorithm, which is very fast. Again, it's up to the user to select the optimization techniques based on requirements at any particular time. We can optimize any parameter present in the signals, filters, position sizes, as well as in the signal and filter consolidators as a part of the optimization. Further, we have the concept of optimization targets. Optimization targets are used to control the direction of optimization. Any optimization shouldn't be done only on the basis of profit, since it would provide good-looking results, but we could end up with a strategy which doesn't work when the market behavior changes even slightly. Optimization targets include values like maximum drawdown, total trades, maximum profit, etc. The idea is to use multiple optimization targets and combine them in order to find robust strategies. You can also select which technique to use while combining these targets to get the best results. Tango Quant also allows walk-forward optimization. Walk-forward optimization is a technique to test the strategy by checking its performance on unseen or future data. It performs a set of walk-forward tests against unseen data, thereby simulating the unpredictability of trading a strategy under real market conditions. This helps to better understand or predict strategy performance in real-life scenarios. Moving ahead to analysis. As with optimization, analysis of optimization results is a very important part of technical analysis. Tango Quant provides various tools for analysis, which include tabular outputs, graphs, 3D visualizations, etc., which is very helpful to the user. The most important tool in analysis is the optimization result grid. It contains all the outputs like total profit, total trades, maximum drawdown, etc. of each run, along with the selected parameters. We have more than 50 such output values. This grid is browsable and it can be sorted on each column, which makes it easier to compare the values of the optimization. The availability of the results window allows the user to have a look at all strategy metrics in a single view. Apart from the tabular view of results, the user has access to multiple graphical analytical tools. The user can view the market data and equity for each optimization to understand how and when each decision was taken. This gives a clear understanding of how profit levels increased or decreased over the period of market data. The other views like best results window, selected results window allow for visual comparison of the quality of the results. The presence of 3D visualization adds another dimension to visual analysis in Tango Quant. It allows to view multiple three-dimensional graphs which can plot input or output data. This gives a very detailed view of the spread of the different output values in the entire parameter range, resulting in better understanding of how the values look together. This also helps to eliminate outliers. One of the latest analytical tools to be added in Tango Quant is the post-trade analyzer, which can be used to analyze multiple trade data simultaneously. The methods of post-trade analysis are comprehensive, user-friendly, and report-oriented. It loads the multiple trade data, analyzes it, and presents it in the form of tabular trade statistics and graphical reports like portfolio equity, drawdown curve, underwater curve, day-by-day performance, etc. One of the major strengths of Tango Quant is the inbuilt execution engine, which allows fully automated strategy execution. Once a strategy is optimized and the required parameters are selected, the user can go live with a single click. Tango Quant has a special view which shows all the live strategies together. This single view allows for central control of all execution. Strategies can be started, stopped, and it also provides additional information about each strategy execution. While a strategy is executing in the market, Tango QUANT provides real-time visualization for it. The user can have multiple graphs, one for each live strategy, in order to be visually informed of market prices as well as when the trades were executed. Additionally, we have an integrated order and risk management system, which is able to handle all the risk management requirements of the Indian exchanges too. As an RTS solution, Tango QUANT is able to connect to more than 135 trading destinations worldwide. While in India, it can be used for trading in NSE, MCX, MCXFX, as well as MTDF. I guess I have talked a lot about the application. Let me shift from the presentation to a short demo of Tango QUANT. We will revisit the major topics from the presentation that we have done earlier. This is the RTD Tango QUANT window. You can create your strategies from here. Let me start with the default strategy that we have. As I mentioned earlier, each strategy has multiple elements. You can see them on the left here. We have a signal, position sizer, we have a filter, we have the filter and order consolidator. Apart from that, we also have the optimization manager and the objective function manager. Let me start off with selecting a signal. We have a few signals which have been created by default. But like I mentioned earlier, all of these elements can be custom built by the user. Let me select a simple signal here. Once I select on the signal, I have the properties window, which allows me to select the different optimization values that I want. I could say enable all and select it for optimization. Similarly, I can add a signal filter. We have a few of them. I can select it, set up the properties that I want. I can also add the signal position sizer. Once I have the elements selected in the strategy, I can go ahead and select my optimization technique. Like I said, we have multiple optimization techniques like GA, brute force, random walk, and colony optimization. Let me select GA here. I can change the parameters. Similarly, I can go ahead and select my objective function manager, which allows me to select the optimization targets. Like I mentioned earlier, we have multiple optimization targets, which include profit factor and profit target. We have the Sharpe ratio. We have the maximum drawdown. As you can see, we have already built about 55 of them, but again, the user is able to create custom optimization targets also. So let me select the maximum drawdown and the profit target. So this would be how I put together a strategy. I am able to select the signal, filter, position sizer. In case I want, I can add multiple signals and select accordingly. And if I have multiple signals, I would need a signal order consolidator, which is already present here. So once I select these elements, and to explain or to go back to what I said earlier, a signal is the element which decides when to take either an entry or an exit from the market. The filter, in this case, I would say acts like a traffic cop to decide whether the signal decision should be sent to the exchange or not. The position sizer in its case controls the order quantity that is sent to the exchange. Each of these elements can have their own logic, and they can work based on different data also. So even if you are trading in a particular security, the filter, the position sizer, even the signal can base its logic on more than one data. So in case you're trading in, say, a contract like SBI, you could still use the data from HDFC or ICICI or any other bank like that and base your strategies on that. Okay, moving ahead. So once I've selected the different components, once I've selected my optimization manager, I can go ahead and select my bar data series. Again, this is my data selection window where I can select whichever contract I want. So say in this case, I would say select Nifty. I don't want too long data, so I'll keep it for 2 months. As you can see, there are a lot of buttons here. It starts off looking a bit complicated, but it allows you to select values very fast. So I'll select the 1 minute. I say OK. Once I select the data, I now need to put these different elements together. I had talked about the relationship manager earlier, and this is how the relationship manager works. Like I mentioned, we have 8 market actions, and you can see here the 8 market actions. We can connect the elements to each other, and we can also decide to connect certain market actions only. So in this case, I could connect it in this way. I could again decide that the time filter would work only on the Bollinger Band signal. So this is how your relationship between the components will look like. So that's the relationship manager, and this is how we put together a strategy. I will now move to the optimization part. So once the strategy is created, you would optimize it. And as a part of the optimization, you have the result grid here, and you have the different graphs that I talked about earlier. As you can see, the grid here provides all the columns, multiple columns, which you can use to view the outputs. On the top here, we have the different graphs which provide information about the optimization run. The result grid also provides the information about the input values. So you can see here, I can very easily understand what were the values that were used for this optimization run. And I can also see the output, say number of bars in the trade, the net profit that we had, the number of trades that were executed. So once we have enough information, I can stop an optimization and I can visualize the optimization in a chart window. So as you can see here, it gives you a view of all the trades that have happened. What I can also do is select the results window here, which gives me output for all the statistics that you need for the execution. Below here, it shows me the market action, and I can select the market action here and see that on the graph above. I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can see where exactly the trade happened at what time. So this gives me that additional information which I can use to analyze how an optimization run looks like. Apart from this, we have the 3D graphs. We'll just open it here. So with the 3D visualization that we have, I can select different inputs. So this gives me an idea of how the spread looks like. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can move around. So you get an idea of how the output value is dependent on the input values. You can see also what values were the actual input value here. So that's about optimization. Moving ahead, once you're happy with your optimization, you select a particular result. You select your strategy and you say add to repository. Once it's added to the strategy repository, you can use it to start trading in the market. As you can see here, this is the strategy repository window. You have all your strategies which you selected to go live with. These are all started here. Along with that, you have the trade book, you have the order book, you have the instrument monitor which shows you what the prices are. You have a strategy compilation window which can be used by admins. It gives you an information of all the strategies that are executing. So in short, when you're going or when you're executing, you have all the information that is necessary at that point. So what I tried to show you was at each stage, in the design stage, you want information of how the values can be put together, what to select, how to select. So you have properties window for that, makes it easy. During the optimization, you have the different graphs. You have the result window to give you all the information, the results, grid on the left. During execution, you have this strategy repository, which is the central place where all your strategies will be executing. You have the trade book, you have the order book, you can keep track of the market using the instrument monitor. So from the point of the 4 stages that we spoke about, the design, the optimize, analyze, and execute, this is how Tango Quant helps you to do things faster by giving you the tools that you need, by giving you all the information that you want, and making it easy to move from one stage to the other, so that you can, make profitable strategy and start executing them in the market. Next, I will take you to the post-trade analyzer. I talked about the new post-trade analyzer which we have. And the post-trade analyzer, you can use it to view multiple things, like say a day-by-day performance of your strategy. You can see the results here on the left. You can see all the trades that have happened. You can use it to view the underwater curve. You can use it to see the cumulative results also. The idea here is that once your trades have happened, you would still want to analyze it further to see how your day-to-day executions were, how your trades were, whether you made profit on a certain day, how it is, and maybe you want to do it cumulatively for multiple strategies. So this is how you can use post-trade analyzer. And lastly, this window here will show you how strong Tango Quant is when it comes to visualization. This might not necessarily be a part of the strategy code, creation of strategies or execution and optimization, but still it is a demo of how strong Tango is, not only with regards to optimization, but also with regards to the visualization. So what you see here is a pattern-based indicator. It's a butterfly. You can see, you can visualize it here. The other point is data synchronization. So we have a 1 minute, 3 minute, and a 5 minute chart here. We have drawing objects which are synchronized, and we have indicators on these bar data series which are synchronized. So this helps you to, kind of go through the data, see how they compare to each other. Next is the visualization of a signal. We have about 150 indicators and about 100 signals which have been developed already. So you can drop any of them into the chart and see how they perform. In this case, you can select a Bollinger Band, change the values according to requirement, and drop it into the chart. So this is the Bollinger Band with the equity curve. We can zoom in, we can zoom out. The other is the multiple rendering of the graphs of the data according to, again, whichever suits you best. We have a simple rendering here of the data along with multiple indicators. And another example of customization when it comes to rendering. As you can see, you can easily navigate between the charts. These charts allow docking and tabbing. It has multi-screen support. Everything is customizable. So it's another feather in our cap when it comes to Tango Quant. Finally, I would like to move to Expression Editor to give you an idea about how easy it is to develop different elements in Tango Quant. So we have the signals here. This is an example of a moving average crossover. As you can see, you are able to put in the different parameters. You are able to give the range. You are able to use variables and expressions. You are able to use an indicator, existing indicator, as a part of the signal, and write really easily written code for signals as well as indicators as well as filters. This is an example of an SMA indicator. As you can see, it's just about 15 lines of code and quite straightforward. It's not complicated. It's not. It doesn't require that you learn complex programming languages. It's inbuilt in Tango Quant, and once you've created this, you can start using them in your strategies and optimize them or use them as you like. So that's in short the demo of Tango Quant. I could really go on for another hour if for a detailed demo, but the idea is not that. It was about showing you what's possible in Tango Quant and how you can use that for technical trading. So this brings us to the end of the demo. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. We can now move ahead to the Q&A session. And I hope all of you have a few questions for us. Like Sarah mentioned earlier, please type in any questions that you have, and I will try my best to answer it. So I have a question which says, how can this application be used as an enterprise level trading suite? What is possible with Tango Quant is that the users can be given access rights. There are different roles. So there is a role of a trader, there are role of strategies, administrators. So these roles can be enabled for the users, and say the traders, or a role of a trader is only trading, while the role of an admin would be to only make sure to control how or who uses the application. There's another question which is coming. Can I access multiple data series in a strategy? Yes, you can. Each element in the strategy can access multiple data series. It can be used in your logic, but a single strategy can execute only in a single data or in a single data series. So yes, your answer is yes, you can do that. There's another question about risk management. Yes, we have risk management integrated into the solution. We have another front end which we use to give risk access to the risk admins. So you can keep track of the quantity that we send to the exchange, the positions that a trader can take, all of the requirements, and we have all the risk settings that are required by the Indian exchanges. There's one question and the question is if we can use multiple machines for optimization. Yes, you can use multiple optimization or multiple machines for optimization. We have a solution, or we have a extension called the optimization distribution network, where you can use multiple machines, set it up. You have the ODN manager. So Tango Quant sends the optimization to the ODN manager. The ODN manager distributes it among multiple machines and gets the results back to you when you want, the next time or whenever it's done. So yes, you can use it, and it's a good question because you can use free computing power, so to say, and speed up your optimization process, which can be very time consuming. There's a question which says, do you have any back office solution? Is this related to risk management? If you can clarify this. You will have to just type into the chat window. I was asking, can you explain what you mean by back office solution? Yes, we do have a solution for that. So there's a question which has been asked, and the question is, can we make a spread in NCDEX and CBOT contracts? The answer is you will have to use two different strategies here because, like I mentioned, a single strategy in Tango Quant can only trade in one security. Another question, can I create a custom indicator? Yes, and let me go back. I showed you the expressions, and as you can see, there are a lot of indicators which are created already, and you can very well create your own custom indicator here. Okay, this is how you start off with, and code in your, use your expression editor and code your custom indicator. And it's not just indicators. You can code signals. You can code, filters. You can code position sizes. Any of the elements that you have in a strategy, all of that is customizable. The other question is, how does RTS connect to the broker and further to the exchange? RTS Tango Quant uses RTS's connectivity to the exchange. We have, like I said, exchange gateways to multiple exchanges. We have what we call a COM server, which is a central communication server that we have. And all the orders sent through Tango goes to the COM server, and through that it goes to any of the exchange that you connected to. So you could simultaneously connect to 10 different exchanges, and Tango Quant will connect or send orders to any of them that you have. I hope that answers your question. In a bit more detail, I think we can talk about it. You can email me, and we can discuss this in a bit more detail. The next question is, do you have the Ichimoku indicator for analysis? No, we don't. But again, like I said, you can create your custom indicators. You can create indicators which are pattern based, like the example I showed you for butterfly indicator. And you can create your own Ichimoku and work with that. There's another question, can we protect our study by using a password? Currently, the strategies that you create or the signals that you have, any custom signal indicator, that stays on your machine. So that, you can keep it safe by taking or keeping your machine safe. But as of right now, because it's saved in files, we don't have a mechanism for keeping it safe through the application, so to say. So I believe there are no more questions. To conclude, in this demo, we've tried to explain how Tango Quant is the single platform that you can use for technical analysis-based trading. Let me conclude the webinar now. I would like to thank everyone for joining. We'll be sending you a copy of the presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on the email ID that you see on the screen. Thank you and wish you all a very good evening.